Hi guys, how are you all this week? Been good? Been good for you? That's the main thing. For you and your loved ones, as long as you're all okay, and reasonably very happy. Not reasonably, as long as you're very happy, that's the main thing. Well, I'm in a different house tonight doing today's meditation because we are in between. We're in between the one we are leaving and in between the one we're going into. And the difference between them is humongous. You wouldn't believe it. And so the one we're going into is like you're stepping into another world, and that includes the people involved as well. So anyway, we got out of that one, and we'll be full time in the new house middle of next week, roughly. So that's our exciting news, and it's been really hectic last couple of days, moving boxes and unpacking boxes and packing boxes. One for you, two for me. That's good. Anyway, I think that's me yacked out at the moment because I am not a bottomless pit of dribble, thank God. So, are we all ready? I hope so. And by now, you should all be very familiar with the beginning process. So we'll go over it just again in case we have some people not used to it. Just find yourself a nice, comfortable, quiet place, whether it's sitting, laying, doesn't really matter, as long as you're comfortable, because you're the main show in this. So now you've found somewhere comfortable where no phones are going to ring and distract you, or someone's not going to come knocking on the door, you hope. And now, we're sitting reasonably good, reasonably comfortable. We've had a request during the week for a meditation based on the forests, the trees, the effect of the climate's having on them, and so it goes on. How important it is that at the top of the food chain don't disappear, because then there'll be nothing in time. So, and just a quick one, if you've got any suggestions you'd like to do, just send us an email and we'll fit them in, no problem. So we're going to start now, finally, he says. So we're all nice and comfortable. If not, why not? Okay, let's start by taking your first nice deep breath. You don't have to go quick, just breathe in deeply at your own pace. So you're not panting, you just, whatever works for you, that's how you go with it. And as you have taken this first of 3 nice deep breaths, the purpose for these is to clear yourself inside of negativity, so the healing energy comes through pure. So, back on track. Now you've taken the first healing breath, just be aware of it going down through your torso. And as it finds its way down, you begin to become aware of an amazing difference in comfort, in peacefulness within you and all around you, and how you feel your whole body feels different. Just it's slowed down and it's more peaceful now than it has been for a while. And now it's time to exhale. And as you do, just be aware of some sort of like black little tiny black clouds, black mist is what you are exhaling partially. And what this represents is basically is a lot of the negativity that you have on board. Not knowingly, but sometimes we just get hooked up in things and our mood changes a bit and we take on someone else's mood, not a good one. So not to be worried about, but we've started the process of getting rid of it. And getting rid of it, releasing it and transmuting it to just a beautiful unconditional love of healing. And now we can go on. We'll go to our second breath. Again, same procedure, nice and deep, just steady. And a bit sooner now you notice that same beautiful warm feeling that you had for first breath, but it's a bit more noticeable now. And you can see and you can feel the healing energy working its way all around you, inside and outside. And at this point in time, is a good time, if you have any areas of dis-ease, unrest, anything like that in your body, just see the healing energy working at those particular areas. Like a gentle wind is blowing it and swirling it around you. And you can feel and you can see the beautiful blue healing energy going from your head right down to your toes, to your fingertips, spreading that gorgeous energy, cleansing and peaceful. And now it's time to exhale. And again, you can see some of the blackness leaving you in that breath. But you notice there's not as much as there was the first time. It shows you that the healing energy is working with you to rid yourself of any negativity. And it just leaves you calm and peaceful and ready for what we are about to start on soon. Finally, we will make that third breath. Again, breathe in nice and slowly, nice and deep. And again, you can feel it even more so this time as it works its way around you, inside and outside. And any parts of disease will by now nearly almost have been dispersed by this healing energy, which is within you. And it is always with you, but for the next half an hour, it'll be with you at a much greater density. By density, I mean the quality, that there is a lot of it there for you. So just spend a few minutes enjoying this feeling within you now, the beautiful blue healing energy, which has brought you a cleansing inside and outside around you. And it has set you in the mood to take part in radiating the healing energy all around our friends and foes and people we know. And now, final finally exhale that last breath, then you notice it's almost crystal clear. And he's put you in a place very quietly, very beautiful, just really not quite heaven, your heaven, but just a beautiful place to work with. And just take a moment to, if any of your loved ones, friends, people you know, they're going through a hard time for whatever reason, just invite them in to the healing energy that is leaving you, gradually working its way around our planet. And always remember it is an invite, it's not a destruction or instruction. It's their choice. Now, as we become more aware of that healing energy, it is continually coming into us and then leaving every part of our body. It is leaving, finding its way out. Until we open our eyes and we can see our planet as a beautiful thick cloud of blue mist around it. And it is doing the same to the planet as it did for ourselves. And as you see the mist spreading its way around our planet, we invite anyone who would like to be a part of this to join us now as we make a start. I'd like you to find yourself sitting in the forest, on the beach, wherever your favourite place is. If you've got a secret place in the garden there, just a favourite place where you love to go when you need some peace and quiet. And just get settled in that area. So just wriggle your shoulders a bit and shuffle around to get really comfortable. And you notice that this blue healing energy is still leaving you very fast. It leaves you, and at the same, it comes into you. It is always there. It's never going to run out, so don't worry. Just allow it to flow out. And as you sit or lay in your comfortable place, your secret space perhaps, just think now, if you wish to shut your eyes to help you visualize it, that's fine. Just visualize this healing energy. And as it goes completely around our planet, helping the human race and animals, just look around you and just look at all the forests that have been found. And apparently they are being cleared at a completely unbelievable rate. They've taken all the forests down. And just pause a minute as you think the forests and the trees are known of being the lungs of our planet. But they're not doing what they can do, what they're capable of, because Someone comes along with a chainsaw or a bulldozer and knocks it over, flying. But it doesn't stop at the trees being just ravished, burnt up, and the ground plowed over. Just think of all the creatures that inhabited that tree, that one tree, and others, obviously. But think of that one tree. Think of the creatures that used to nest, perhaps in that tree, where they nest and bring up their young. And gradually, because all the trees are coming down, where all the insects and all the seeds and flowers, that all these creatures thrive on and live on. There is no food. So they have to go to find food further away and leave their young ones longer. And they can't grow as strong because they can't get the food they need. And also now, all the creatures that lived in the soil, in the undergrowth of these trees, because there was no food or anything being left by the birds that are nesting above. The scavengers underneath have no food. They cannot thrive either. And this is one tree. Can you imagine if you could count the hundreds of thousands of trees that have dropped and how much food has been lost? And some of them will survive, and some of them obviously will not, if there's not enough food to go round. All we can do is to send a lot of healing energy to all the forests and all the plants and trees that we come to look at and appreciate on our planet. And how the trees help to purify the air that we breathe. And it helps the waterways, the rivers. And just spend a wee minute of time looking at our planet and the gradual sadness. The birds no longer sing in the trees that all of us love so much. What do we do when that is no longer there? And it goes down as just another just another life stream. Suddenly becomes extinct. There are no more. And obviously as the scavengers on the bottom gradually disappear, then that works its way up where that tree stood like a cancer. And suddenly there is no food for the top of the food chain, those that live there. And this is mainly because we have decided that we don't like to see trees. We just like to see a burnt, barren ground where there is nothing. Nothing can live there. But as everything nature grows seeds which will lay in the ground for years until that beautiful food chain begins to form and to take shape again. And so the forest and the woods will gradually come back to life. But for this to happen, for the next 5 minutes or so, I'd like you just to visualize in your mind maybe a local woods near you or a forest, all the trees in your neighbour's garden, even down to that. But we see them all surrounded by the blue healing energy, which the healing energy is there to help everything gradually come back to a proper balance. The balance that has been on this planet for centuries, if not longer. And we need to save them for our purpose, for our sake, so for the sake of all the animals, all of the life stream that we share our planet with as home. It probably sounds a bit sad, a bit dramatic, but that's what has to be. We spend a lot of time giving healing to ourselves and others of our race. So now it's time to offer the healing energy to those beings who can't do it in the same way. So it's now our turn to take a few moments to actually find out what's going on, where, and then you'd be really shocked at the outcome and at what rate the forests are disappearing. So just picture all of the forests, all of the trees, all the plants are surrounded in this blue healing energy, the mist. And as you look out across the forest, you can see it like a blue mint surrounding everything. Helping to recover what's left while there is something to save. Leave you with that for a few minutes. And just before we go, just change that vision. What would the forest look like if it has all new growth? Everything in the forest is beginning to grow again and move itself out of the bareness of everything. As you sit and watch the new growth, the new life begin. And some of the animals are coming back after a long absence. We can't physically do much, but we can on a different level. And this bit isn't quite as much as global healing. This is the human race chopping down the timber. Just a passing thought. A long time ago, the Native Americans, they had this pact that they lived by. They would only cut down every seventh tree for shelter, to make weapons, for fire, and the rest were left to grow to maturity, which is what we need to do. So finally, to end on, thank you all for taking part in this, and just feel good at the feeling that you've spent half an hour helping out our planet to a different level with no cost to yourselves. Just half an hour. And if you ever feel like doing this yourself on your own, please go ahead. The more the better. Okay, so once again, I thank you all for joining in, for being a part, and we'll see you again next week. Bye.